army that's ready to react to any declarations of war. That gives our country some time to relax. Actually, we're going to be hemorrhaging money again, since we don't have the money to support one colony, let alone two. But that's because we're rooting out corruption. Once we stop doing that, then we will still be unable to support two, but only just. Goodbye, money. Well, the advantage we have in being the island nation, and also I guess the advantage of having no allies, is that people can't get to us unless they overthrow our mighty and powerful navy. Stab cost reduction sounds nice and all, but the only time I'd be stabbing up is when you die. But I want that prestige, and I quite like piety. Even though, truthfully, a lack of piety would help me right now. I need that manpower on top of things. We don't need missionary strength or morale where we're going, so we'll try and actually lower piety for now. Wait, Jake colonizes in this game? Oh yeah. If I didn't colonize, what would I not have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of my current 29 provinces. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those provinces we only recently got from beating up Indonesians, which is a bit of a hobby of mine, but shouldn't worry about that. Please go exploring. I want to know more about our friends in the AMS. So Malacca, they're still feeling to get some friends. I really want Bintan, so I'm actually going to see if I'll be able to get a claim and tell them to give it to me. I really need money for a fleet of war though, but I just don't have money. Our power in Malacca would probably be best, well, in general, we'd be best over in Malacca. I want to move my capital and my trade capital over there. It'll help with throwing explorers around as well. So Siak would make an excellent new capital. It's dangerously close to this, though. But we are a straight-talking individual, so I think we'll just do it anyway. Also, it's a lovely province to have no autonomy on, and we wouldn't have autonomy on the one we left behind either. So there is a slight problem with that, as ever. We're going to lose a lot of the income we make here, 1.58, and we're going to be transferring it out for whatever we can get here, which is a share of 6 ducats. Not a big share of 6 ducats either. You know, if anything, Pasai is the superior place for the capital, since it has the centre of trade that we can get down to 0 autonomy. But if I wanted that, I'd just throw the merchant guilds over there, which is probably what I'll do, because I get the extra trade power. And they'll stop hating me so much. Sure, I need that trade power. I quite like Siak as a province, unless there's some kind of farmland going around here, which there is not. Alright. Wouldn't Pasai be a better... Yeah, somebody's already saying Pasai would be superior. But I like the look of Siak. It's another big island for us to just throw ourselves over to. So, yeah, Siak. May as well just rename it to New Hormuz. What was Hormuz's capital? Oh, it's just called Hormuz. Well, there's such thing as New York, so New Hormuz is fine too. I didn't really want to move capital, but it's such a sensible thing to do. This is now our trade capital. We should send someone here to collect from trade, and we should drink up the trade power from the Moluccas. And, well, we don't really know or care about the Philippines, but it would be nice to get Canton, or maybe Siam in on this. Nobody's really draining it. We certainly could. I wonder if I'd be better just keeping a merchant here anyway, though. We have some presence, but there's not much money to be had there anyway, so I guess that's a no-go. Timur's presence there does concern me slightly. I don't have a huge number of boats. We'll keep our fleet out there just in case. And I am not culture shifting one bit. Right, so we know more about this. There are no Europeans there, thankfully. I would like to know about... what was this area called again? South Atlantic? The coast of? Please. What's your trade power now, Jake? It's trade income I care more about, and... oh, that solves a lot of our problems. It's a lot more than we ever made back home. Right, we're all about losing piety right now, even if we have to lose a lot of prestige for it. Alright, with that kind of money I can even have advisors again. Like dealing with our crippling prestige problems and getting actual mill things again. Swellen Dam. That's a shame because it's not ever going to be our province. At least it wasn't the Cape. That would make the Cape all that more tempting to take for us. But we can't have it. Zanzibar is really the ultimate trading location, but a lot of that comes from being able to nail down the Cape. The Cape is like a plug for all the trade power that just floats away. So I would like you to explore... yeah, I want these gaps gone. I noticed QQ could no longer be the rival. The monthly tick, you changed capital. Did you really increase your power that much? Quite possibly. But aren't they still my rival? No, they're not. Ayutthaya probably will be, though. Guess I should tell them how much I hate them. Wait, hold on. Pasai wish to rise up. Again. We already had Pasai rebels. Well, this time from all those delicious Pasai lands we took, but I am not in a position to be dealing with them, so... ka-chunk, chunk, chunk. Bit of a hit, but had to be done. It doesn't matter too much on Pasai, though, because the Merchant Guilds gets rid of any local autonomy effect that there is on the... trade power, which is what we need for this fat load of cash. That is really good. It's a crying shame that we can't have... ooh! A healthy amount of Malaccan rebels. I'm pretty confident Ayutthaya will be able to put those down still, but... useful for me. Jake, with all that trade money, is it time for more boats? By all that trade money, I am barely making a ducat a year. And inflation's on the rise thanks to that gold mine. Right, how do we perform against natives? I lose more manpower than I'd like to. But at least they don't rise up for another year, so that's okay. 2 months, almost 3 months of manpower given up to natives. No jings, and I never even set foot on this one. My entire army dedicated to taking care of natives. It's a disgrace. Okay, so what's your excuse? You need to convert these fetishists... oh, don't tell me. He's got a national idea that gives tolerance to heathens? He doesn't? Okay. Why is he not converting? Mamuri, Delhi, Pasai, what's his face? Okay, Saklava, what gives? Are you in too much debt or something? I can sort that out for you if you really need it. Country... yeah, it is alphabetical. Don't know why I thought it wasn't. Sakhlava. Wrong one. Well, you have like 100 ducats in the treasury. This is the one that's not alphabetically. LMNOPQR Sakhlava. No, you're not in debt. You're lacking stability, but why are you not converting those provinces, I wonder? You have the Ulema, it's not like you have the Dhimmi. They have religious zeal in the provinces. Not here. He only has autonomy. This one, sure, that has religious zeal. These two, yeah, acceptable. But this one does not. So what gives? Heck, he would barely take any time at all doing it. My concern is that he could easily have revolts popping up here if he doesn't take care of them. And I barely have the troops to take care of that, especially if they would be animist rebels. Thankfully they wouldn't. I want to do all the seas and then I can do all the coastlines. After all, it's not like my colonies are taking off spectacularly well here. The Ottomans kind of like me, to the point they would even marry me. That's a nice bit of defense against them. An alliance would be even nicer, but you can't get everything. Hell, I'm married to Hejaz. Yeah, that worked out for them. Okay. My good friends in Malacca. Oh, that's their capital now. Well, they're certainly not about to give that up. I see this as a lot more valuable in area ever since playing Hoi 4, and you know why. I need some rubber. I guess I'll go to the one place that you can get good rubber. Well, better than everywhere else. Well, it's going to be mine eventually, so I may as well lay my claim whilst I can. What's it called? Bintan. Lovely. I need a fleet for war, though. But we're still in early Kaddaks here. I need Tech 9 to get actual Kaddaks. It would be disgraceful to actually put national focus on Diplo, but I kinda need it. Don't have the money for you. What if I don't pay my units so much? They'll still be able to smack down the natives, and then I will hire you. Make some money, and all is well. Wow, even our force limit went up so much after taking over this island. All is well. His corruption would be through the roof, Jake. He's paying it off and can't afford missionaries. He has 100 ducats in the pocket, and no loans. I think he's holding out on me. I should shake him down a bit. He's also got a really good king as well, and not too bad an heir. Why are my estates never happy? The Ulema are the only people I can afford to make angry, but that's neither of these ones. I want that Diplo support out of you, but it's going to be a tough one to get. I need that Diplo power, though. Well, Emirs, you've never been happy. You're about to still be unhappy. I need more boats, though. I certainly have the force limit for it. I should have galleys to keep this place under lockdown. Nobody here can really beat me on the galley front. QQ would declare war, but they got no boats to take on Cogwall. Timurids could come for me, but they barely have a navy at all. Sind could come for me. So these are inland seas. I should be fine unless they bring plenty of heavies. Looks like he has quite a lot of boats, though. That doesn't change the fact that I really should have more of a presence here. I also feel like I would make more money collecting here. I mean, I have 20% of the 2 ducats that are already here. Might be a little better than transferring piddly amounts down here. I'm not sure. Jake, are you sure you aren't playing with Rights of Man enabled? Ethiopia sure seems to think so. Yeah, Ethiopia's on a warpath. They're doing better than I've seen them do in Rights of Man as well. It's quite fun to read the comments on when you throw up some of the new features from Rights of Man. Jinx, throw up was not the right word to use there. And then suddenly it's like, Coptoman HRE is the way forward. It's like, yeah, okay, sure. All these things being drawn up and conclusions jumped to before anyone's played with it. Sure, cops get some nice bonuses. Good for you. You also start out as one of the speaking of one of the worsts. Well, needs must. Well, I am certainly not about to have rebels come up, so where is Bangka? I really did not want this one to come under the control of the Emirs. Well, what I will do is I will go, sure Emirs, you can have it, and then I'll take this. At least that way I got their increase of various things. And I'm probably going to pull them away from it, whether they like it or not. At least that brings them back to not being horrifically against me. Geo and Batak wish to rise up, but I don't think they will. That separatism will trickle away before they have any leg to stand on against me. But I haven't addressed the problem of boats yet. I do need more boats. I think 6 more galleys over here, because this is the defense that must be held. Well, actually that's not the case anymore. I still don't want to lose them though. But I need to start thinking about a war fleet. I'm going to need at least 5 heavies, but I really want them to be Tech 9 heavies. Or else everyone else out there that has Tech 9 is just going to slap me down. How come the Ottomans are doing well for you in this game? The AI always flops for me. I guess it just goes even better for them for very hard mode. Yeah, I'm just going to plug that till the day I die, but we're playing on very hard mode, so they just get all those bonuses, which works even better for them since they're so huge. Yeah, look at this province. It's ridiculously good. 50% manpower on the City of World's Desire as well. Not to mention their enormous force limit that they are taking care of. And Theodoro's on a roll though. They took Crimea. Haven't converted it, granted. Hold on. Theodoro have gone the Sunni ways, so I guess in a sense they have. Whilst Sunni zealots occupy them. Muscovy's having a hard time though. I wonder why. Maybe something to do with the Polish, Lithuanian, Bohemian behemoth that borders them. Can't really take this. Wasn't I all set to take the next tech? I've been spending a lot of time and everything coring, haven't I? Bomber. Oh, that was over here. It probably couldn't get much other than fish. I mean, what are our other options? Naval supplies and sugar. Sugar's great. And we're having that piety go down and down, so we get cheaper tech, more manpower, more tax. It's pretty quiet times for our country. I could go on more war pathing. I could, for example, be taking advantage of my Tech 9 and slamming balls first into Brunei and Majapahit. But I do just want to chill for a bit. Majapahit in particular, they may have no friends, but they also don't have Islam in their life. Which is a shame. It's kind of tempting to crank out Sunda, convert the provinces for Sunda, and then have Sunda do everything for me. Like, not even core these provinces, just hold on to them. Have this entire island be Sunda. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm gonna have Australia on our hands. Still no sign of the Portuguese though, that's good. They'd be able to get as far as here, and then I don't know what kind of range you need to sling yourself from there to here, but it's probably the amount that Portugal can get, thanks to that disgusting... They used to have colonization range. Maybe that was a long time ago. Jacob, you thought about drafting ships for war. Now there's a great idea. Alright, good to know, even with very little funding our troops are fine. Ships for war, merchant guilds. 5 early Karaks for no cost and half the time. But it requires them to have what exactly? 4 influence. I'd have to give them another province though. Hey, this is actually a great province to give them. There you go, merchant guilds. I would like those ships for war, please. Wow, that's really good. How have I not been using this before? They're going to lose loyalty, sure, but... oh, I want everything we have here. This shows me that I don't use merchant guilds often enough. There we go, finally have ourselves some war fleet. Still want the Diplo support, but we'll hold back on that. And I want the next admin tech. I want everything, it's just... I can't lie. As expected, these guys aren't going to be a worry. 4 years and there'll be no revolt risk there. Or I just need to throw some troops over. It makes little difference which. Give the merchant guild Hormuz, Jake. I'd rather not. Hormuz has no autonomy. So why would I? Making the galleys there though. And... excellent. We're going to get those ships yet. I could cancel them and get... gee, it still says 1,000 manpower. Someday we'll fix that. Joke units. Such calm times for our nation. I need to think about who the next target will be and act accordingly. I mean, yeah, I could be throwing it down with you, but I think I'll wait for those ships to be ready. That way I can take Johor and this province. Not that I'll be taking Johor as in making it mine, but I'll occupy it. That might not be good though. I'd waste a lot of manpower occupying it. I should just blockade the fools. Speaking of fools, my lack of barks is a little concerning. I'd rather have more so that I can go trading. And blockading. So lots of coastlines to do, let's just do them. Jake, rebels in your va. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they get over there, then it's game, set, and match. Okay. Did that pop up and I just completely ignored it? Because that sounds like exactly what would happen. I need units for this. Right, we've already got 2 cavalry. Hold strong, my vassal. I got plenty of mill. We could afford to have one of you. De-siege what we can whilst we can. Lest these guys explode. But damn, they've joined up. Phew, I'm glad somebody noticed that. I just hope they don't enforce. Phew. And he's trying to convert it now, though. Well, it was a good excuse to get an army. But now I can defend against them, which is fine. They're going to come to either of these 2 provinces now, probably. Either that or they'll come over here. And no, these are Emirate. I'm not good with names, you know that. But at least with this, we won't have to worry about revolts anymore. Who's going to arrive first? 7th. First. Then again, they outnumber me quite a lot. Ah, you can't worry about such trivial things. They have no... they're going to get a -2 is what I'm saying. Because they have no maneuver. And I have 3 shocks. So I've got a 5 over them on the shock phase. Regardless of them flanking me. Wait. 3 to... They had 1 shock, okay. Doesn't matter, I have utmost faith in my units. Utmost faith. jam you guys together though, and get you back onto your island. He can take care of the rest of those provinces that he needs to de-siege. I have, again, utmost faith in my vassals. Thank goodness for noticing that though, because otherwise they would have exploded. I didn't want that. Whew. Jake, you can take Tech 9. Isn't that a tactics level? Tech 9? But I have Tech 9. Oh, I want Diplo 7 though. Still have the unbalanced research because we don't have Admin 7, but we're going to get that next. I'd rather get some military ideas now though, rather than going with military tech. Because let's face it, our army is not very good. The only reason we're doing particularly well is just outsmarting the enemy. Which is, of course, my specialty. I think what I'll do is I'll get you guys over to Pasai and just mothball you. Pasai's not even the best place for that. Maybe New Hormuz, because at least there's a fort there. Ka-ching. Still so many more places that we can explore. And these provinces are very low base stacks. I was somehow expecting more. St. Helena. There is a slight chance that it's open for business. And no chance that I would have the range for it. Damn, oh well. I mean, if I can't reach there, I wouldn't be able to reach St. Helena. Ach well. Still gives us more land to explore, but wouldn't I rather do some other... Nah, we'll just explore seas. Jake, has anyone done the first circumnavigation of the globe? I don't think so, but I would not be able to make it. My ship would certainly say sink along the way. I'm confident in that. Question of rights. For Bara. I don't care about Bara. I could take it, but why would I do that? I'm integrating them. Hormuz would lose their claim on Bara, that's fine. Yeah, good. I remember it being debated whether you should have that option or not, and of course, you should. Jake, start colonizing that sweet, sweet Spice Island development. This is the plan. I'm also going to have you protect trade right here in Malacca, because I need that sweet money. I also want to attack Malacca quite a lot, but I'm not in the best of positions to do it. So what's best? I'm thinking that 13 development here, which gives me the opportunity to start slaughtering Brunei. Fairly friendless Brunei, I like to call him as of right now. He'll be a tough one to defeat though, he'll probably field about 25,000 units. That's a guess, I'm pulling it out of my ass, but he has 22, he will go up to more than that when it comes to war. But I should be ready for that, and I can be ready for that. Relations, manpower, save the people of Al-Qatif. Sharjah was actually something that I could well do, but that dip rep probably wouldn't help much. So I don't really care. I'm still going to do it though. Who are Sharjah? Oh, I remember Sharjah. They are the pop-out people that I hadn't heard of before. Sure, I can do that. Won't take long, but I want to prepare for war against Brunei because they have a lot of sweet high development provinces which are in the correct trade node for me to dominate. So that's what we're doing, building up a spy network with you. Wait, wasn't I just talking about destroying Malacca? Well, when I have my ships for war, we'll be ready for that. I can always erect a larger army since I'm actually